Why can't I move on my own?
I am sorry that we've been foes for so long, Burrock. The quick temper of our family must have been of great discomfort to you. You call that discomfort? I apologize wholeheartedly. I would much rather prefer peace. I've heard that you've done so many worthy deeds that even the feats of ancient warriors pale in comparison. Are you truly so heroic? In spite of the obstacles you erect in my way.
Bachelor is looking for the plague bearer. Clara, perhaps?
You couldn't have come at a better time. Would you do me a favor? I'm all ears. I've heard an enraged mob was planning to desecrate the mistress's tombs. And, well, you see, I disobeyed Dr. Denkovsky's orders recently and went outside to speak to my mother. Her tomb is the one that's closer to the cape. You must have seen it. I don't get it. I brought a gift to for my mother then, a diary, a compilation of sentimental memoirs, nothing more, but it's dear to me. When I was a little girl, my mother used to leave me secret notes in it. The letters were seemingly appearing out of nowhere. I believe that the book was talking to me. Why did you take it to the grave? Oh, that look in your eyes, Burrock. Yes, you are quite shrewd, and your assumption is correct. Do not be disturbed, though. We, the Canes, have our own way of communicating with our dear departed. In fact, their relationship with the world of the living is much more intimate than is commonly believed. So, the diary could be of more value to me than a simple memento. Will you bring it? For a price? Oh. It is quite unexpected of you to flaunt the price tag. I thought our relationship was developing so chivalrously. You tried to kill me, didn't you? I will reward you, of course. Let us pretend you've never asked for it. It's more fun that way. Don't try playing games with me. Bring me the diary, Burrock. I fear that the tomb will end up desecrated. I wouldn't want the diary to be damaged or fall into the wrong hands. Don't worry. Right up there. Familiar location. I'm gonna have to use my healing items, aren't I? I think I'm gonna have to use my healing items, even though I don't want to. I want to get away with not using any more and resting. If the day will allow that. Is that one or just the beginning of the zone of items? It looks so much like an item. Nope, that's just the zone now. Damn it. Well, sometimes I find important herbs in this graveyard here. People are planning on attacking this place. There's just some random poor person just alone and moaning in the middle of the field, never to be found by anyone. Like, Jesus. Nothing? Thought I'd find something. Alright, in we go. And save. Fuck, that was loud. Jesus. That was a bad sound. I should go back to Maria. She knows about the mysterious power the crazed arsonists are hoping to evoke. Oh. Those are arsonists. And they're fighting an infected. They suck. I'm gonna go this way. Fuck those guys. My job is to get the book. And I'm trying to get away with not healing. My poor bandage backlog is not in good shape. That totally worked. Huh. Got away without doing anything directly. All I had to do was run over and grab a book. Easiest quest ever. My health getting lower? My health getting lower from sheer exhaustion? Oh, it's my infection. Okay, no, I have to deal with that or I'm gonna die. Unfortunately. My infection's way up again. Damn it, infection. Go up so fast.
Did you see anything weird on your way here?
Better a lean peace than a fat victory, don't you agree? This is what I found on your gravestone. Oh, thank you. Burke, you've done me a priceless favor. Let me reward you for your work, and for the dangers you have undoubtedly faced for my stake. Thank you. I'll take it for now. It's probably because I'm not bumping up my... I'm not bumping up my immunity how I should, so my infection's growing faster than normal. Which is a whole other problem I have to deal with. Shit. Fortunately, the things that bump my immunity and the things that bump my current, that hurt my current infection amount, both, they both hurt my health, which can only be mediated by turning around and using more healing items. I think I'm just gonna have to buy some bandages so I can take medicine that deals with my infection. But then I'll have to, man, this is the combination of meters where if they get big, it gets really tricky fixing it. Because the act of fixing one of them will hurt one of the other ones that's already in bad shape even more. It's one of those things where I try to lay down for the night and take the medication that I think might fix me, and then I wake up dead because one of the other things killed me while I was trying to fix the other things while sleeping and stuff like that. I've got money, let's just use it. It's a big old bandage thing. That's expensive. Ah. It always scared me a little bit how expensive the bandages can be. It's $3 grand. Don't know if I want to offset it, but I could because I have a lot of these. The big question is whether another quest ever asks for them. I've just kind of grown familiar with having a lot of money. It's nice. Oh, let's sell the kerosene. Okay, having to not worry about my money necessarily is... Oh yeah, 2 of the lockpicks. That's good too. He's still taking 2,000 from me, I think, but it's something, at least. The curb. Let's see. Did I save correctly just now? Yeah, I did. Okay. Now I've double saved. Good job, me. Super heal. Now let's do the half level infection, 3rd level infection. That's the best one. And now my exhaustion's capped out, so now I need to take one of these. That's my food. And now my health sucks. Hooray. Alright. Exhaustion's no longer capped, infection's no longer horrifying. Health is low again. Get my immunity up. That'll curb the rate of infection more. Hopefully, but now my health's even lower again. But I'll see if I can make do with that for the rest of the day. Let's see. Alright, the Mistress quest is immediately done. Now the remaining quests are to talk to the Bachelor, talk to the Rat King, or Rat, whatever, Rat, and then probably just talk to Clara again if I'm lucky, which might mean no combat in the remaining quests, and then I can get home and sleep without more combat, and I can at least try to heal that much via sleep.
Who was it that's infiltrated the cathedral?
Infiltrated? That was an emphasis on the syllables. What is the creature that's spreading the disease, I wonder? I've got the bull's blood for you. Let's see. Time is of the essence.
This headache is splitting. I need some rest.
I like that when we're having the cutscene over there, every single time, without fail, he'll say something over here, and we'll hear this version of him talk, breaking the illusion that that's what he's doing. They're just spawning another one over there to do that cutscene while he's still here.
The wretched wound has opened.
And he talks to me based on the fact that I'm standing in his priority, and that just makes them talk, like in Bethesda games and whatnot. What is the creature that's spreading the disease, I wonder? What do you say? Well, it's obvious now why bulls don't get infected. Their antibodies do nothing to destroy the bacteria, but rather block them, suppressing their reproduction. They possibly die after a while, and even if they don't, the disease is no longer lethal. Perhaps it becomes assimilated. And the conclusion is, ideally you need some hybrid of bull and man. Human antibodies kill the bacteria, whereas bull antibodies prevent them from reproducing. But a creature like that doesn't exist. Yeah, I know. So you're out of luck, as am I. Could we maybe synthesize it artificially by combining human and bull tissue? We could try. Unfortunately, Ruben is nowhere to be found. We'll do the test if he comes back. I'll let you know. I'll be waiting. We're just SOL for now? Great.
Who was it that's
infiltrated the syllable? That's the end of that. It seems that a panacea can't even be made from the blood of a beast. Tomorrow will tell, but I have a bad feeling about it. The Bachelor's convinced that the experiment was a failure. I do think I like the Haruspex campaign more. Admittedly, some of it might be that the game's moving more smoothly and more quickly because I'm just more familiar with the game in general. Oops, gotta go back to the theater. That's definitely a possibility. But I feel like there's almost more action in... Well, there's literally more action in that I do more combat as a pretty set in stone part of his campaign. But I can't help but feel like the actual days are kind of more eventful. Was running around meeting new interesting characters, stuff's going on. I go to new locations surprisingly early in the campaign. And also the Bachelor and the Changeling both play prominent roles really early on. Like the Changeling's already involved in the story. Both of them apparently. I meet both of them, which is weirder in its own right. But also the Bachelor became a part of the campaign like immediately. And I've dealt with him like every day almost. Like I keep getting that cutscene where he does a little research and then comes back with answers. Like that's a prominent feature of this campaign. Whereas the Haruspex and the Changeling did like, I felt like one or two things in the whole campaign last time. How is he not aggroed on that guard? My god, are they all both gonna aggro on me? I don't want to deal with that right now. Okay, I'm not dealing with that right now. Listen, we've had an action-packed day, and we've actually managed to reach the point where I actually, like, cap out on how much I can do in a given day. It's killing my supplies. And frankly, I feel like I have enough organs at this point. Never thought I'd say that. Oh god, there's more of them. Hey, would you like some water before you die? Don't mind me. Enjoy the water. There you go. Bye. Oh, here it comes. Just gonna go in here real quick. Hi. You know what? I should buy bandages from you two. Even though it makes... Oh, you don't sell them. You just sell these? I'm glad you have a lot of them, but tourniquets suck. The ripoff. We save for the second? Yeah, 2 lockpicks. I have the right number. I just want to be able to get behind the theater without being attacked in the process. Hey, it worked. Everything despawned. The power of doors in this game is something to behold. They're scary and you should find them scary. Okay, do these have new things on them yet? Yeah. That's not a sound that a manhole makes. So, hi, apparently you're a recurring character in this campaign, and we're not just gonna dismiss you as a strange illusion that I can just think was some kind of bizarre hallucination or something. No. Unlike the weird the weird nightmare neck thing from the Bachelor campaign, I'm just gonna revisit you, and you're gonna become commonplace. Did you come to listen to your father? He won't talk to you. You've displeased him, and I cannot summon him. That is not within my power. Who are you? Definitely not who you think I am. Positive about that. Are you a prophet? I'm a rodent, can't you see? There was a girl in the town, Clara. Tell me, who is she? Why did she come to this world? What's to become of her? Oh, I see. So is she who sent you here. Pfft, her fault. She should have known it was no good trying to force the development of the plot. I'll tell you who she is. She is, as a matter of fact, the disease, the sand plague personified. I don't believe you. But heads up, she doesn't know it. So she performs miracles, branding herself a miracle maker. But she believes that she is one, because she believes she is one. She's got great power in her. Everything she believes comes true, and so she'll forget how to do it as soon as she learns the truth. That's why I'm doing my best to avoid her. You lie, you schemer. Whatever. I'm not the one coming here and asking questions. You've asked, and so I've answered. Like I'm some kind of fortune teller. Whoever has eyes, let them see. Whoever has ears, let them hear. Whoever has the heart, let them make a choice. Leave me alone. Farewell. Don't listen to spirits, listen to yourself. Okay. The girl is not as simple as she seems. It makes me wonder if each of us might prove to be a different person by the end of the day. Besides, the Rat Prophet seemed to be telling the truth. Should I reveal this truth to Clara? The decision will take some careful consideration. Fate has burdened me with a difficult choice. Climb right back out of that manhole like it's no big deal. So the rat claims that Clara is the sand plague. At least that version of Clara, which I don't even know why there's which two. Like, first of all, I have the issue of like, is the Clara I'm talking to the one is the one I'm talking to the same one that the rat is referring to? Because one of the first things I considered when I was given this idea, this concept of there being seemingly two Claras, is if I ask about the fate of one, what if I'm actually asking, what if he is actually telling me the fate of the other one, and I don't know it, and she doesn't know it, because I don't know if she even knows that there's more than one of them. I'm not sure. Oh, we're in the Plague District. Ah! Motherfucker. Jesus. Ah. Oh god. That one's always there. I don't know why I forgot. Let's try to visit this place, even though it's scary to go around in here. Oh, that was a brutal one. A stationary one and a moving one at the same time, and the moving one was really put me right against the wall. Bread. You make it hard to get bread, you know that? And peanuts that I can sell to the little children. Children nuts. Would you like some nuts, children? Let's sell another lockpick. Fuck it. I've had to use one so far. I get plenty of loot from the places. I get plenty of loot from the places that I don't even have to find my way into, like the ones that are just already open for looting. So if I want to loot a place, I can just go to one of those ones instead. And I have a backlog back at the base, so I can just grab another one from there. Oh, these plants that I always think are the things. I stopped intentionally because I thought I saw an angel around here before. Thought I saw one here before. Maybe it's gone. I don't know what the rules are for angels. It's pretty clear that the plague clouds, the stationary ones are always sitting in the same spot no matter what, and the mobile ones might even come from the same spot each time. I think they might respawn at the same location and then chase you if you enter a radius, whereas the stationary ones are pretty consistent actually. But the angels surprise me, and I don't have concrete rules for them. I'll see one off in the distance but not aggro it, and then I'll come back later and it seems to be gone, so maybe they wander on top of everything else, and maybe they come and go on the fly. Why did I come here? Good question. Anyway. Right, I'm just on my way, yeah. I'm just on my way to Willow and I went there, like, reflexively. Alright, so what do I say to you?
Are you sure you're in good health?
I've spoken to the rat.
Glad.
Well, what did he say? Huh. I'm trying to remember what the rat said and interpret what it means exactly. Because it was a little weird. He said that she's the personification of the plague. Like, she is the plague. She might even be the origin of the plague? On some level, I can't help but think this can't be the most important quest ever because it's a side quest. But it seems really vital if it's true that she is the plague, unless she's just more plague. I don't know. He said that she can do whatever she believes she can do. So if she's the personification of the plague, can she actually still do miracles if she thinks she can do miracles, and then she does the miracles instead? Does telling her that she's the plague make her the plague? And telling her she's a supernatural being make her that? The Bachelor had a whole bunch of people all get locked up inside that church. It was a quarantine. And then a being came in, and all of the stories conflicted with each other about what happened, but a lot of the stories involve that's the idea that some woman comes inside, and then they all died of plague, one way or another. And the rest of the story is really foggy about everything. There just tends to be a woman, and there tends to be everyone dying. Well, no matter what, we know they all died of the plague. It's just the woman is a recurring thing. I could imagine that might be her. Going around trying to perform miracles and so on. I don't remember when that happened necessarily, though. But most importantly, I think day 7, which is the first day of the second half of the 12 days, I'm pretty sure that's when the Inquisitor shows up. The Inquisitor inhabits the church. That means that definitely the quarantine thing had to happen sooner. Like maybe day 4 or something. Like if we go as fast as possible, then if it was as late as possible, then day 5 would have been when we were like, oh no, everyone in the church is dead, and then day 4 would have been when we were putting them all in the church in the first place. But it might have even been sooner. It might have been we were putting them in on day 3 and they all died on day 4. At some point, they all had to die. Everyone had to be in the church, then all die, then get cleared out. Then Eva Jan dies via suicide or murder. And the Inquisitor takes over on day 7. So like that was wow. I think I'm right. It feels shockingly early in the campaign for such a huge death toll to happen, because that was like a major problem when that happened. But the second half of the campaign, the Inquisitor's there, so that can't have been at the same time. So it must have been before then, yeah. So timeline-wise, all those people probably were locked up in there on day 3 or 4 and then died overnight. The important thing is that it's day 6. So that already happened, I guess? If it happened? I don't know if it happened. If it did happen, no one mentioned it at all. That church gets a lot of use, by the way. Evian dies in there. A quarantine what happens that fails and everyone dies in there. The Inquisitor's there, and the ending takes place in there. It's a busy building for how little I visited otherwise. It's only for big stuff. So if the changeling, or this changeling, or whatever the fuck is happening, honestly, if they're responsible, it already happened. So whatever I'm doing, I was trying to think about whether or not, like, which choice causes that or avoids that, basically. But if that does happen in this campaign, it already happened because the Inquisitor is coming tomorrow. So my choice does not affect that happening. I don't know if it affects anything necessarily. It seems best to lie to her if the Rat King's right. Because the Rat King says she's incredibly powerful and dangerous, but if she doesn't, but she does what she believes she can do. So it seems like the only smart thing to do is to lie. Otherwise, we're fucked? I'm not sure. You are a supernatural being, Clara. You serve the forces of good. Oh god. Really? Are you telling the truth? Could he have lied to you? I've told you everything I planned to. Oh, recipe. Another one. 92 to 24. Not amazing. 1 stem of black, 2 stems of brown, 1 stem of sperry. So it's the difference between 1 of each and 2 sperry, or 1 and 2 and 1 sperry.
Yes?
Oh, woe is me.
I don't want to undress. What if there's something scary on my skin?
Oh, Jesus. Gets really real sometimes. And then while they're getting all real, it's like, I'm scared of you after all. You should be. I'm like, okay. Tone it down, Haruspex. Just tone it down a hair. Ha 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 ha. I guess that's it. I guess it's... Oh, it's later than usual. This day did not go super well, I guess. Not amazingly. Honestly, though, I might just give the poor Haruspex a good night's rest. And, frankly, so many deaths happened today. I don't think he needs to have a nighttime murder spree. I don't think that we need to go out on a patrol. I think I should just focus on having my meters be as good as possible so that tomorrow I can be in a better shape. I think that's the primary goal right now, is just have a nice rest, fix everything up, and have tomorrow just be better. That wasn't very nice of you. Speaking of which, there's even more organs. And I have even more in my stash. Yeah. Yeah. I have plenty to trade, regardless. So let's focus on getting that done and getting my meters in a good place. And then I can just sort of tackle tomorrow with a fresh hot... what are the fences like around here? I want to take that one. The fence is driving me crazy in a lot of these districts. I'll just get in your way in surprising ways. Hey, how you doing? Hey, bro. Hey, dude. You got the stuff? Oh, he's doing that poor stumble animation. These guys don't talk as much anymore. Some of the characters are less talkative. Or I'm just misremembering things. Every time I try to compare the campaigns, there's always a constant risk of just misremembering them, because human memory is bullshit. Like, we're really bad at it, honestly. It's not a strong thing in general. The more confident you are in your memory usually often means that you just actually are just less self-aware of the flaws of your memory than most people, and that's why you're more confident in it, is actually often the thing. Because a lot of human memory is subjective and questionable, and colored by emotion, and colored by a lot of just filling the gaps in yourself and hoping you're right, and stuff like that. Put that recipe away, because they take up space. Oh boy. Inventory's all full up. Let's try to put some of this stuff away, because I'm definitely going to be bartering. Let's try to get the barter stuff back out. Alright, I'm just trying to let's position my mouse hand and double clicking with 2 fingers on the same clicker. That's my strategy usually. That's about as long as the burst lasts too. If it goes any longer, it does start to get like, okay, now this is starting to hurt. I don't need to take more of the plants out right now necessarily. But yeah, I have 96 blood samples. Like those are all, wow. I should, if I'm gonna talk here, I should actually be on a screen that pauses time at least. 96 blood samples. That's boy. Suddenly I have a concept of how much death you see in this game, because it's hard to total, it's hard to conceptualize at times, but I don't think there's ways of getting blood samples besides looting corpses. Like, I'm looking down at a corpse and looting the 4 organ pieces out of it over and over again. Like, that's the only way to get blood samples, right? There's story blood samples, but those don't stack with that. That's a different item. It's a unique item. So, yeah. That's not even all the ones I've traded. Because I've filled my inventory and depleted it plenty of times on previous days. So that's just over the last few days to some extent. I just have the remains of 96 humans. And I've traded some blood today when I was trying to get to the 0, so even that isn't entirely accurate. I had even more today. That's it's pretty inalienably 1 for 1 too. I guess they stack up. Damn. And that's not even counted in the game. I don't think that's even counted in the game's total when it talks about how the sheer number of people that have died.